Hey everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Awkwardly Yours. This is Matt, my friend, who's my guest today, and I am Mon, and we are sitting nice and comfy. We're ready for a night out.
Because they're called comforters.
Yes, these are called comforters.
So
yes,
we're comfy.
Yep, we can cringe under them if we've got any awkward stories. I've made sure that I brought all the creature comforts for you that he did request, by the way.
Yep. I had a very solid rider faxed over from 1987. Yeah, it said face mask, white wine, and ice in it because I am from the Gold Coast. So, a good Chardonnay with a couple of ice cubes.
We are all class.
Yeah,
That's what
class.
it's about. And some corn chips.
Yep.
Excellent. So we're ready.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking a little bit about stuff in the medical world, a bit of mishaps. You've got a story. I've got a story. I've got some listener story, a listener story that I'd like to share.
Oh, good.
But first, I just wanted to check if you remember, awkward question, how did we meet?
Yeah, I do.
So it's not awkward? You remember?
I do remember.
Okay.
So the same, I don't know if it's the same story that you remember. Okay, so I had a flatmate and we were living at Magic Mountain up on the hill up there, and he brought over a work colleague, and that was Monique, and that was like 7-ish. Yeah.
A little lifetime ago.
A while ago. and then we got along like house on fire.
Yes,
I wouldn't stop laughing. No one else got a word. No one got a word in edgewise.
I don't remember anyone else at that party.
Forgot that I had a flatmate. And then I believed every word she told me, and that's the problem. Yeah.
That is a problem because we ended up. This is like before Facebook, before
internet.
You're right. It's before internet. So we lost contact, and I wasn't working anymore. I didn't know Scott anymore. Like
I think you went overseas.
Yeah, I went overseas, but then you tried to find me.
Yes,
and this is where things got tricky.
Oh, it wasn't like a love affair or anything. I wasn't like we started Match.com or something.
Just long lost friends. Yeah.
No. Yeah. So, like I said, I believed every word she said.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I'll put her in my little binder as Monique de Montague because she said that's what her name was because she was working at Movie World at the time, so she had a bit of a flair for the dramatics. She had a stage name, but I didn't know it was a stage name. So I
Wait.
What?
It wasn't even a real stage name. It was just something I used to say. I just used to say, if I had a stage name, it'd be Monique de Montague. And so it was just a little story.
Well, the world's a stage, so I believed it, right? So,
I didn't actually use it. But anyway, yeah.
I believed it. And so then I thought, she was living in Helensville. Back then, the white pages, I went down to looked for all the
I didn't know you went through the phone book.
Yeah. And I called every De Montague in
there were Del Montagues?
There were. There really was. You belong. Long lost family. Yeah. No, we'd never heard of it. No, we don't have a Monique. No, we don't have a Monique.
There's no Monique in our family.
And then I called Movie World. I don't know what their terms and conditions were at the time or whatever, if they even had any, but they were like, I said, could I be put through to the events department or whatever it was, like rides and events and
operations,
all that. And some girl goes, no, I've never heard of her. No, never worked here.
And you're like, how could she forget her? She's amazing.
You're wrong. Yeah, I was like, she lied to me on two things. Like, she never worked here, and that's not her name. So she's like this. She's over in Japan dancing on tabletops or whatever. I thought, like, she's got
teaching English.
Yeah, she's got so much to hide. It's very awkward. Yeah.
Okay.
Awkward.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, there you go. There you go.
All right, we're done. Yeah.
Show over. All right, let's get into medical. You've got a story about something that's medically related and that is an awkward moment. So I'm ready. I'm comfy.
I mean, awkward, it's medical, it's embarrassing. Yeah, I'm ready to tell the world.
You ready to share?
Yes. Okay. So remember I used to work for an airline back in the day for like 17 years. You may have heard of it. It's got a kangaroo. I won't divulge which one it is, but it loves kangaroos and
can't even think about it.
Their employees and stuff like that. Yeah, things like that. Anyway, so back in the day, another thing we're not going to talk about. My ex also worked for the same airline.
Right.
And we would try and align our trips. We were both flight attendants to be together for an entire trip going wherever it was in the world.
Yeah.
And so there was a trip to Frankfurt that he had got the day after me and I'd got the day before. So I'd messaged everyone to try and get onto his trip. No one wanted to swap because it didn't work with whatever their kids or whatever it was, or they were just...
Yeah, they couldn't do it.
No, they were selfish.
Oh.
They didn't care. They didn't want...
They didn't care about you and your love life.
Yeah, exactly. They couldn't care less because they knew we were happy at that stage.
Yes,
anyway,
right.
at that stage. So, whatever, we were both going on an 8-day trip, but I went the day before. And so I would get to see him for, like, a little stopover in Singapore, and then we had 3 nights in Frankfurt, and then so I would see him for 1 or 2 of those nights or whatever. Anyway, cut a long story a little bit shorter. We got to Frankfurt, and by that time, you know, you're upside down. It was winter over there, it was summer here, exhausted, and
I don't think we ever really get that. Like, when I look at the idea of working on flight crew, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky, you get to go everywhere, go to these amazing cities and all these countries. I don't think about how tired you're going to be, how awkward that is every single time you do it, and you're just doing it back to back.
Exactly. Yeah, back to back, and then you have 4 or 6 weeks off, and then you still don't feel great. So that you never, ever know what feeling normal feels like, because you're back at it. Like, it takes months and months to get back to, you know, feeling normal.
Yeah.
So you're always feeling awkward. Yeah. So you're always awkward without knowing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get to Frankfurt, and I have a nice day or whatever, and I know. We're not going to mention his name.
Yeah.
Because I've forgotten it already. Anyway, so I knew he's coming the next day.
Yeah.
And so that was great. So we had a day together, you know, just like, I think we just went bike riding, looking at shops, coffee. And then the next day I was meant to leave.
Okay.
And so we have a wake-up call, and then we have a pick-up time, and then we have when the flight departs. So I think the wake-up call was like maybe 11 p.m. at night, you know, winter, Frankfurt. I thought, oh, well, you know, about 8 hours before the flight time or whatever, I would then go to have a little sleep.
Yeah.
And so then I, in the trade, took a Noxie, which is, do you know what Noxie is?
I don't know.
Noxie. No. So it's a still Nox.
Okay.
And in America they call it an Ambien. So
is that over the counter?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
No. I think in America it is.
Okay,
Ambien.
yeah.
You hear it like, oh, they took an Ambien.
Yeah.
You hear that, like,
and you have to say it like that.
I was exhausted. I took an Ambien and I slept all night. Oh my God, I'm so refreshed.
You are American.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm feeling like really young and beautiful. Yeah. No, definitely not that. And anyway, so I took a still Nox, and I said goodbye to my ex, and then literally 20 minutes later the phone rings, and there's operations at this airline saying, oh, Matt, we don't need you tonight because extra people have gone sick the following night, so you're going to be on your ex's flight now, so we don't need you tonight, so you've got an extra night in Frankfurt. But I'd just taken a still Nox.
Yeah.
And so I went into the ex's room and said, I'm free, what are we doing tonight? What's your crew doing? Because we always like hang out with the crew usually. And he's like, oh, well, we're meeting downstairs for a drink at the bar and at the hotel, you know, and then we're going to go out for dinner. I'm like, great, sign me up, you know. And then the hotel also gives you a bottle of red wine as a gift as well. So I just I opened that, and I've had my still Nox.
This is a mistake. I think everyone knows you don't mix those. But you didn't know this. You were so young.
I was courageous. So I'll tell you what the side effects for still Nox or Ambien are.
Okay.
Sore throat, swelling of face and lips, tongue, I don't know, change in vision such as blurry vision, seeing halos around lights, vision loss, depression, I don't know what that is, slow or shallow breathing, shortness of breath, feeling faint, dizziness, confusion.
Oh my gosh.
And trouble staying awake. Great. So add that to the red wine, the Shiraz that the hotel had given us.
Because I'm just thinking it makes you go to sleep. You don't think about all these other things.
Yeah. So makes you not stay awake. And then I'm having some red wine. Anyway, we go downstairs to the bar to meet the crew. Oh, and everyone's, oh, Matt, you're here. I thought you were going. I'm like, no, they don't need me. I think there was like at least 12 of us, a couple of the pilots, and the rest of the cabin crew, and a couple of partners and that. And then we go out for dinner, and I'd had a couple of wines. The Still Knox has hit in.
Yeah.
This is winter in Frankfurt. I order a salad.
Okay.
In Frankfurt, where it's like pork knuckle or schnitzel or whatever. That's the only thing you eat there, schnitzel or pork knuckle.
And you're like, and it's amazing.
And I'll have a salad. And I was calling the waiter or the owner of the restaurant Boris, as in Boris Becker. And then I was calling his wife Steffi Graf, and I'm like, because that my thing were right.
Because you're a big tennis person.
Yeah,
right?
My only two references my only two references other than Hitler, so I wasn't going to use that one, right?
Good choice.
Yeah. I was smashed.
Right.
Smashed. Didn't eat the salad, of course. You know,
don't put anything in there.
No, put nothing in there. No, just to Still Knox red wine and Chardonnays and all that. Anyway,
oh my gosh.
And then Anyway, so I don't know if you want to imagine, but the night just got worse and worse and worse, and I became more and more of a spectacle.
Wow.
And basically, people were just enjoying the show, like at our table.
And then the next day, how'd you feel facing everyone?
Oh, on the way home to the hotel, ice everywhere on the ground. Of course, I fell over. hurt my elbow. So then the next day, I had to passenger home on that flight with all the crew, with the same crew.
Embarrassing.
Not working. And then, so there's this thing where you all meet in the morning prior to the flight, and the transport comes to pick you up. And everyone's like, oh, how'd you sleep? And everyone was like...
And you're like...
Yeah. I'm like, wish I had this comforter. I'm like... Hi, guy. Sore elbow.
I don't know what that's from.
And they're like, Matt, why are you not in your uniform? Like, oh, slid over on the ice. It can be really slippery. Yeah. But just facing everyone the next morning, and everyone had to tell me what I was doing.
You had no idea. Like, it's just gone.
I had no idea from when crewing had called me and said, we don't need you anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah, pretty much. No idea. And then I just had to... So all this story I told you was just pieces and pieces and pieces
that people have told you.
Of everyone. You were calling the owner of the restaurant, Boris Becker. And you ordered a salad and you didn't touch it. I think
that's one of the worst things is when you don't have the memory, you know that it could have been embarrassing, and then you have to see everyone the next day.
It's a professional setting. Yeah.
Did you find yourself having to work your way back up, like, respect-wise? Because you're like, really?
No, years. And, like, there were a few new girls that were on the crew, like, new employees. And, like, 10 years later... Impression. Yeah, 10 years later... Oh, Matt, God, you're so funny. I remember that time in Frankfurt. That's how there's one girl that lives in Byron Bay. Remember that time in Frankfurt? Oh, my God, you were so funny.
And you're like, no, it's just embarrassing and awkward. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, and so then, like, I would look on the crew list, like, for the next week or the week up. Hopefully none of them are there. Hopefully none are, like, the pilots, and no.
I feel for you. That's a tough one. But you did well. Look at it. They still love you. After 10 years, they're saying it was so funny.
Oh, I hurt my elbow. And then I got a passenger home, and then the crew, like, it's a late night flight. Yeah, so early morning, so everyone just goes to bed, and the crew that are coming through with the meal, they're like, oh, do you want a meal? Gave it to me, in business class, and she's like, you don't want a wine, do you?
I'm going to say no.
I'm like,
I'm good.
I'm going to sleep. I'll be fine. I'm not going to actually sleep tonight.
So
no, thank you.
No more Still Knox for you. Ever.
Oh, there was.
No, just don't sleep.
There was. But I don't condone them, and this is not a PSA for Still Knox. No.
All right,
I put the no in not. Still Knox. Yeah.
Still Knox. I'm going to tell you mine. I ended up in the ED. So this is a medical one. In the ED.
She's always got... You've always got to go one better, don't you?
I was in the hospital.
I bruised my elbow.
Yeah,
I've ended up in the
that's
ED.
Nothing. I was in the ED. The reason I was in the ED is because I was eating chicken. Now, I just want to first point out that I was a kid who would never eat fish because I don't want to eat fish in case I swallow a bone. Yet.
I can say something, but I won't.
I know. Okay, I swallowed a chicken bone and I could feel it there and I was like, what?
No.
What is that? And I'm like, is it stuck or is it just scratched? So I was like, you know what? I've got to go.
No, that's the worst.
Yeah, so I'm by myself. I'm embarrassed that that's even happened because I'm like, I'm eating. What's wrong with you? But anyway, it's like, how fast were you eating the chicken? So
was it the wishbone?
I don't even know what it was. I feel like it was just like a little, like a knuckle or something, like a tiny, not a knuckle. Knuckles. But you know what I mean. Yeah. It was weird. Anyway, so I must have chomped around and missed it, went down. I was more worried about choking in the kitchen that I was in because I was house sitting and it was a little bit of a mess and I was like, they're going to find me here on the floor, foam out of my mouth and half a chicken or something, and that's
I haven't done the dishes from this morning.
Exactly, exactly. So anyway, I get to the hospital. Now, back in the day, I know you do triage now, it's very private, but for some reason, I don't know, since over 20 years ago, they triage us as a group. So there's like this little curtained off area, there's one doctor and there's these other people there with their issues. And
Center of attention.
Well, no, I was.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, like, what are you in for? I said, well, and I was just kind of embarrassed. I was like, what? I think I've swallowed a chicken bone. And they're like, all right, okay, and they asked me a few questions, whatever. Anyway, they were all laughing. Like everyone else is like kind of like smirking and like, okay. And I was like, yeah, all right, this is really embarrassing.
We're in triage, people.
Yeah, I know.
Be serious.
Yeah, I know. And then the next person, that group was laughing at me the most. And then he goes, what are you in here for? And he goes, and he shows his hand, and the middle of his hand, like, is all
Stigmata.
Separated.
Oh, no, sorry.
Like,
no.
It's separated and bloody all around it. And then he goes, oh, mate, how'd you do that? And he's like, well, it was a pair of tongs, and my friend had it, and he squeezed them really tight, and it literally separated that, like an island of skin in the middle, blood everywhere. And then he goes...
Were they eating chicken?
No.
No, okay.
Not the same party.
Different place.
And then he goes, how'd that happen? He said, we played tong tag.
What?
I was like, was that? Anyway, literally they all had tongs. They were running around tagging each other and squeezing each other. And he caught him and went like really hard and got it. And he goes, all right, mate. So, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, don't worry about me here with the chicken bone. You guys are playing tong tag. So anyway, he said to him,
you're choking.
I know,
yeah, don't worry
I'm dying.
About
dying.
There's a flesh wound. Don't worry about it.
Like, calm down. I could be dying.
Yeah, they were playing. I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm living my life.
They deserve it. They were playing.
They brought this on themselves.
They were tomfoolery involved.
There was tomfoolery.
I was just trying to eat a bit of chicken.
I was just having dinner.
Yeah, exactly. It's a staple meal. I was doing what humans do. Tong tag. What the hell's tong tag?
So then he goes, well, listen, what about the tongs? How, are they okay? Like, how old are they? And he goes, these are like the newest tongs you've ever seen. We literally just went and bought them for
like
tong
rust.
tag. Yeah, I was worried about rust.
I was like, are the tongs okay? I'm like, what? I heard their
feelings.
I heard their feelings. The tongs.
The tongs were in the bed beside us getting triaged.
Yeah,
so anyway,
the tongs are really upset.
So they said, okay, great, blah, blah, blah. And he said, okay. And mind you, this is when they were laughing at me. He goes, okay, so we should probably check for tetanus and things like that. So when did you have your last tetanus needle? And he goes, and he's thinking about it and turns around his mate goes, yeah, remember last month when you had a dart in your knee? And I'm like, all right, people, enough about the chicken. Like, what? These people, like, they're having accidents with,
are you sure
barbecue utensils.
Like an AA meeting or something, or is this triage?
This was actual triage. Anyway.
Sounds like AA or something,
it does.
It
was fine.
God, that's hilarious.
It was fine. I had to stay in overnight. It just went down overnight.
It went down overnight?
Yeah, the bones. I
what did you have for dinner? Was there dinner at the hospital?
I couldn't eat anything. I was on like a drip because they were worried they're going to have to operate. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, it went down. Everything's fine. I survived. We're good. But it was awkward when I went there. It was awkward that everyone heard that story. But then I was like, not so awkward because everybody else had worse stories. I want to share with you one of our listeners'
Can I get over that shock first?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
You can if you want.
What happened to Tong Guy? Tongai.
Tongai.
That's because there was two of them, and says like fungi when there's more than one. What happened to the tongai?
I never knew that was a plural.
Tongai, yeah. What happened to the tongais?
Nothing. I think he did get a tetanus shot just in case because they weren't believing a word he said about the.
You never got a
else.
Facebook request or anything.
No, again, before the internet.
Oh, damn it! Sliding doors, very Gwyneth Paltrow.
It was.
Oh.
Okay, do you want to hear one of our listener stories?
Yep, go for it.
Here's a story. This is from Liza. I was about
With a zoo.
I was about 27 years old.
That's for all the boomers out there and the Gen Xers. If you're a millennial, just
forget about it. Forget about it.
Yeah.
I was about 27 years old, living in Putney in London, working as an estate agent.
Can you say Putney again with an English accent? Putney in London, working as an estate agent and partying way too hard. You've got Manchester on us.
I know. That's Yorkshire.
I feel like I'm on Love Island. I thought this was awkwardly yours. Now it's turned into Love Island.
Okay.
Go, Putney.
Putney.
Yeah.
Okay, woke up one morning and the pain in my teeth and jaw was excruciating. I had zero energy, could barely get out of bed, and it had been going on for so long that my flatmates got worried, so they took me to the hospital. So they call it the A&E there. So she was gowned in the A&E, put into a bed, and they investigated what was going on.
Hang on. Teeth hurt, jaw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are you... Wait,
what?
I'm sorry, Dr. Matt. Are you trying to diagnose? Because you're like, hang on.
I'm thinking like she had a big night on the ecstasy or something. She'd been grinding her teeth and all that.
True.
In Manchester with the Love Island crew. I don't know. Go on.
Well, so she'd actually been sick with the flu. So she'd been a sore throat and a cough. Took some cough medicine, but then in the morning, this pain was in her jaw and her teeth, and it was just excruciating. Couldn't get rid of it. So the flatmates are like, okay, it's been going on too long. This is a bit weird. Yeah. Let's go to A&E. So
there's nothing worse than tooth pain.
And plus you've already got the flu, so you don't know what's going on.
Oh, poor thing.
So off she goes to A&E. She gets gowned. They put her in the bed to investigate what's going on. But at one point, a nurse comes in and asked her friend to step aside because she was going to catheterize her. And so her friend Amy goes,
Catheterize?
Yeah, why is she getting catheterized? Why is she getting that?
The C. Or is it a K? No, it's a C. It's a C. It's a C word. Why is she getting the C word? Yeah, why is she getting the C word?
Why? Because her mum's a nurse, so she sort of knew, like, maybe ask some questions. Anyway, they said, well, because she hasn't drunk much, because she's, had the flu, and she's sick, they probably needed to keep an eye on her fluid output. And they were like, well, that sounds kind of reasonable. So she has the catheter, and if anyone's ever had a catheter inserted when you're awake, it's not a pleasant procedure. So had that, that's fine. Doctor comes in sometimes.
Took the mind off the jaw and teeth maybe for a second. Probably.
Just for a second, it's like, actually, that's fine. I've got to fix up my
jaw's a bit better now.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, actually.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I've got a date with the tong man. I'm out of here. I've got to go. Just met a guy downstairs. He's got a good set of tongs at home.
We're going for a barbecue. So the doctor comes in and goes, do you have a catheter? And she goes, yeah. He's like, why? Why do you have a catheter? And then she's like, because the nurse told me to have, I don't know, like something about keeping an eye on my fluids. And he turns to the nurse and goes, why is this patient catheterized? And the nurse is like, anyway. Turns out, supposed to catheterize the person in the next bed. Literally the wrong person. You know when they ask you, what's your name? What's your date of birth?
Yeah.
They ask you a million times and sometimes it can get annoying. Well, this is why they do it.
Oh my God.
So then...
Oh my God.
Yeah, so then they're like, okay, we have to take it out. And she's like, that was more painful than putting it in. So,
meanwhile, the patient next door has got their teeth removed. And they're like, where are my bloody teeth? And you're giving me steak for lunch. I got no teeth. I got to do my English accent without my teeth.
So do you want to know,
Anyway,
doctor, do you want to know what actually happened to her and why her teeth and jaws were sore?
Yeah.
Turns out it was a bad reaction to the cough medicine. So she had cough medicine for the flu. That was a really bad reaction to it. But also she thinks it could have been a bit of chronic fatigue or maybe just the fatigue from partying too hard in Putney.
Told ya.
Yeah, you did say that.
Oh, got it straight away.
Nailed it at the front.
Yeah, she took the E out of ED. Yeah, too seriously. Yeah, she probably took 2 E's.
Maybe.
Maybe not a D.
Okay, we need to stop. Okay, Matt, you're wild. You're wild. And you know what? You're making awkward moments. I want to thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I just was like, oh my God, I got told off like that.
You're not told off. It's
Mum
fine.
told me off.
No, I just want to thank you for coming on and for sharing your story. That's one of the things about Awkwardly Yours is that we get to connect, I think, sometimes by sharing, the vulnerabilities and things that happen to us. And also so people don't feel alone that, maybe they're not the only ones who've had some medical...
Yeah, and like my parents aren't going to listen to it, but they don't know what a podcast is. So it's like secret safe with everyone here.
It's fine.
Yeah. I'm happy to have divulged.
Thank you so much.
In a safe space, thank you.
Okay, Matt, well, thank you so much for joining me here on the couch for Awkwardly Yours.
Pleasure.
And if anyone else wants to share any of their stories, if you've got awkward stories to share, you can check out our Facebook page, Awkwardly Yours Podcast, or exactly the same words.com. And also subscribe, like, share, do all the things. So this is Matt. I'm Mon, and we're Awkwardly Yours.
Bye. Awkward.